question is, who will play against Martina Hingis in the quarterfinals? One of these two, Mary Pierce or Anna Kournikova. Pierce number 7 seed and Anna Kournikova number 12 seed. Pierce to serve. Fred Stolle is at courtside. Fred, how are things down there?
It was a beautiful evening for tennis down here, Cliff, and Mary Pierce has got her support group in with a mango-coloured dress, and boy, the ball boys, they haven't taken their eye off Anna Kournikova as yet. She's down that end with all the ball kids. They watched her with the practice. Not a lot of folks here yet, but this is an unbelievable match for the folks here tonight, and mostly males.
A lot of Anna Kournikova posters will be sold here tonight. You can be sure of that.
And Cliff, there were the ball boys that Fred was just mentioning. They let them out really close to the court to see the action up front. I've never seen such a big group in all my years down here. Well, that woman probably is going to want to get up and leave. And there you see, second baseman now of the Cleveland Indians. That's bad news for a Baltimore Oriole fan.
So Mary Pierce has her rooting section also.
They've been dating now for, gosh, this is now year number 2.
Oh, that's a great shot. You know, we've been talking a lot about Anna Kournikova and the serve, that she's been able to find her way through these matches, Pam. The truth is she's played very well on her opponent's serve, albeit that she hasn't had the greatest opponents yet. Her ground strokes, I think, have been terrific.
Well, there you see some of the example of the variety in Kournikova's game. She got the semifinals of Wimbledon a year and a half ago, the finals of Lipton. And when she's on her game, when she's serving well and she's flowing naturally, she moves well. She has very good volleys. She has good touch both around the net and with topspin lobs.
Adidas are running this commercial here, which I know that you've seen during your telecast for Channel 7. And it's all about being Russian and how hard she tries. And boy, it's the truth. I mean, she really does work very, very hard.
Served for the match 7 times the other day in her second round match.
Game point.
Most people would have just quit.
Game.
Mary Pierce with a winner, 1 game to love. The question is, how many double faults today for Anna Kournikova? Coming up. Thanks a lot, Patrick. This is 40, make that 15-40. 2 break points for Pierce. First game on Kournikova's serve. Double fault update from Pam Schreiber.
First point of the match from Kournikova on her serve was a double fault. But what she did the rest of the game, Cliff, was she just barely put in much on the first serve, and Pierce did step up like we thought she might and really force the issue.
Yeah, from courtside down here, the ability of these girls to hit the ball off the ground very, very hard was incredible. And she went after second serves from Kournikova in that particular game, and that's to be expected throughout the match, I would think.
And Fred, some of the first serves from Kournikova is going to look a lot like second serves.
First serve.
Yeah, but as you pointed out, Pam, is that going to work? Because Mary Pierce is going to punish the first serve if she takes too much off it.
No, it definitely won't work in this round of 16. Earlier matches it did.
15.
Kournikova's pressing a lot on ground strokes at the moment too. Like that was the first serve going for a big return, and when she lost a serve, a couple of unforced errors.
Paris, France is where she calls home. 24-year-old Mary Pierce. French are not sure that she's going to be playing Fed Cup for them, though. International character. She spent as much time in the U.S. as anywhere.
See Mary Pierce follow up the big forehand. That has been something that Mary Pierce has done well the last year and a half. She is one of the big hitters from the baseline that started to make the transition more and more to net. As you can see, her 98 record. 6-1 so far this year. lost in the finals up on the Gold Coast. Gold Coast in Queensland, played 2 weeks before the Australian Open, lost to Patty Schneider in the finals, then took the week off just before Melbourne.
Mary Pierce won Amelia Island, Paris, Moscow, Luxembourg last year. Game points to Pierce, 40 love. 2 games to love. Well, let's see just how much fighting spirit Anna Kournikova has. It could be a blood, and one can say too much about it, I suppose, but in truth, it's been so much a part of the story, the press and everybody counting the numbers of double faults that Anna Kournikova has served. It's really strange and sad in some ways. But amusing in others, so enjoy anyway this match between 2 of the best in the business, both seeded players for a place in the last 8. Anna Kournikova, born in Moscow.
She's still 17 years of age, and she's yet to win a tournament title. Best performance, as I mentioned earlier, was Lipton finals last year and Wimbledon semifinalist a year and a half ago.
Pam, you saw a lot of that Lipton tournament. I thought she played beautifully there.
Well, first time in WTA Tour history that a player beat 4 straight top 10 players. Her highest ever ranking was number 10, and that was when her semifinal performance at Wimbledon was still on her computer ranking, as well as that Lipton performance. All those bonus points.
15-30.
Mary Pierce looking pretty relaxed and together and not too excited. I mean, it could be a situation for her here where she gets tight, expected to win this match.
You see all those scores, 10-8 in the third over Saike. That's where she served for the match 7 times before winning it. Kournikova led 5-love in the third set and serving, and then kept breaking and serving and losing serves, double faulting.
15-14.
Break points for a second break for Mary Pierce. You know, she's been playing doubles, has Kournikova, with Martina Hingis. I have to feel that Hingis is a good influence on her.
Well, she's certainly asking for pressure, playing with #1 doubles player in the world, really, and Martina Hingis, someone who's won this tournament the last 2 years.
Game.
Not even close, and that double fault cost her the game. 4 games to love Pierce.
I think Kournikova's got to settle down a little bit here, Cliff. She's trying to out-hit Mary Pierce, and she knew going into this match that her serve was going to be a problem, and Pierce would just get behind it and try and thump it for winners. But she's got to try and keep a few balls in the court herself at the moment, get some depth, get some... she's got to get a couple of rallies going here.
Fred, is there anything mechanical or technical that you can see in the serve that is hurting her? Or is this purely a mind game?
I think we've had about 15 experts throughout the week try and dissect the serve, and I feel that when she gets up and the racket head gets down behind the shoulder blade, there's a little bit of a hitch in the swing. Sometimes the racket head doesn't go through and she hits it halfway up the net. Sometimes it catches it a little bit late behind the head, and that's when it goes long.
15 love.
30 love.
Well, she goes back and forth about being brave with a second serve. Sometimes she just tries to curl it in, and in that slicing, curling action, she can hit it way to the left. Severe slice, sort of like a hook in golf. Other times she goes for it, pushes it too far deep, and it can hit close to the baseline. I mean, I've seen it every kind.
That is good. Very athletic moves there from Mary Pierce.
Pierce has really improved her movement on the court the last couple of years, especially moving forward, and it's because she comes to net so much more. She's more comfortable with that position and that move than just the side to side.
Game point.
Yeah, 4 love, 40 love. Why not serve and volley? Good mix-up for Pierce.
that's wide. Best point of the match by a long way, maybe, of the day. 40-15.
See if they take a few extra seconds here before they're ready to serve this point.
15.
Hottest day of the tournament was today. Cooling down nicely, first match of the evening session.
Really perfect conditions down here courtside. That's one of the few errors that Pearce has made. She is really cracking those ground strokes. Kournikova's probably looked up to her support group there maybe half a dozen times so far in this match. She just doesn't know what's going on at the moment.
There's Michael de Jong, the coach of Mary Pierce, and that is typical of Kournikova. She will look up sometimes after every single point to her mom, Alla, and her coach, Pavel Schlosel.
Pierce holds on, 5 games to love. Anna Kournikova trying to get on the board. She will serve, and we come back, see if she can do it. 4-time winner of this championship had very little trouble with Barbara Schett. Maybe that was a surprise to you, Pam. I'd like to know. Easy first set, 6-1.
Well, Barbara Schett, ranked 20 in the world, knocked off Sanchez Vicario, the number 4 seed, both this week in Melbourne and also in Sydney, the tournament before Melbourne, and was in great form. Schett, a hard hitter, but today, after 1-all in the first set, the Austrian had all sorts of problems winning points, much less games, against Steffi Graf, whose forehand was really working.
Second set, same score. Steffi Graf 6-1 and 6-1 in just 47 minutes. How about your next round opponent, Steffi?
You know, we've had some very close ones, especially if I look back in the championships just like 2 months ago in New York when I won a close 3-setter. But it's sure we've had so many incredible matches over the years, so I very much hope it's going to be another good one.
I should have said Monica Seles is who she was talking about.
Well, it's interesting at the championships that she was talking about, the Chase championships. Graf was unseated. There's another, the third double fault way out. There's Mom Alla looking on, saying something to somebody. Kournikova is down Alla's part of the court.
Yeah, very nice.
The best shot so far from Kournikova. But back to Graf quickly. Graf was unseated in the Chase Championships and drew Novotny first round to play Seles. Now, how about that first section of the draw? Everyone's happy that Graf's seeding and ranking is rising because they want her back in the top 4.
So they don't declare in the second. Understandable. Great return from Pierce. She is not letting up. And Roberta says that is very nice. Gavin Forbes next to him on his right, left of your screen. He's the agent.
It's easy to have a lot of conversation and stuff when your player's up 5-low.
15.
See, that's instead of a double fault. Now, that's a choice you have to make as a player. Anna Kournikova, with all the serving problems, she's opted, instead of hitting a double fault, or maybe hitting a double fault, just ploop, what do you call it? Boop it in there, poop it in there. And that's what it gets.
Easy for Mary Pierce, 6 games to love. A bagel against this young lady now. Question is whether Kournikova can get on the board. Tonight, midnight Eastern time.